What's up guys, Nolan here, and we have something very special that popped up on Twitter today for Escape from Tarkov. TLDR here, the weekend event with the Raiders on Factory and Tagilla on Interchange along with his brother Killa is over. If you are only here for the current in-game info, that is it. However, the way that they ended this event is very special. They released a little video with Raiders talking to each other over the radio. At best, we usually get a picture that will be lucky if it's in English, but this time it's a video with transcripts and it's in English. So I'm going to go through everything that we have gotten from this event and see if we can find something interesting, which I think we did. The event started with this post from BSG over on Twitter. These are transcripts from Raiders. Some people thought that these were rogues because of the amount of USEC Raiders that seem to show up on Factory, which I also thought was interesting, but the names Vepr and Signal are known Raiders, not rogues. We're going to come back to that. The transcripts clearly say the chemical plant, which is Factory, and they mentioned quote-unquote him not being there. This is Tagilla since he left Factory. Also in the transcripts, the Raiders obviously got more than they bargained for, mentioning that they had 2 wounded and 1 dead, and then they decided to just secure the plant from there. So with this first post, we are left wondering why the Raiders want Tagilla, who told Tagilla that they were coming, and who fought the Raiders to make them all scared and lose their 3 guys. The next post that we got from BSG, which was actually the same day, was in Russian, and Bakizi translated it. Thanks again, Bakizi. It's a note from some guy named Rizzy telling someone, possibly a stand-in for us, to not go to Factory because the Raiders are hunting Tagilla. Then he said that he knew Tagilla went to Interchange, and that he was thinking of going to the Raiders and trying to sell them that information, he being Rizzy. Rizzy then asks whoever he is writing this letter to if they knew how to arrange that. And then the only reason that we know his name is Rizzy is because he makes it a very clear point that his name is Rizzy, because I guess whoever he was writing this letter to kept writing it or pronouncing it wrong. So after this post, we are left wondering who is Rizzy, who is he writing this letter to, and how did he know that Tagilla left? In comes the end of the event and this little video from BSG. Volume warning here for those of you with headphones on. I turned this down a little bit, but it's still just like super staticky and harsh. So again, volume warning.
Vepr here. How's the situation? A couple of stream mercs and scavengers often interested to Tagilla. How long are we gonna stay here? You know my boys want a real fight. No, he's in the target? Nope. There's a local guy who tried to negotiate and sell some info on that asshole, but sounds like scam. The local is still here, tied down in the office room. Want me to get to him to you? As you wish. After that, I can move back to the base. We've chased the fuck long enough. Where we getting next time? Finally, Vepr out.
Here we have a new transcript of the conversation between the 2 Raiders, Vepr and Cobra. Who knows what happened to Signal at this point? Vepr seems to be the one at Factory, while Cobra and Signal from before seem to be calling the shots in some way for the Raiders. A good takeaway here is also the system used to date these transcripts, since it's a little weird. We thought the one from the first post points to March 20th, but this video shows the same setup, just with a 22 at the beginning, and since it's the 22nd and this was posted today, that must actually be the day. So it goes day, month, then year with a slash through the year for some reason. Something to keep in mind for the future, I guess, because there is a lot of stuff that's involving code and stuff like that when BSG likes to tease things about the game. But that's a topic for another day. In the transcript, we see Vepr calling out stray mercs and scavengers. Stray mercs usually means us, as we're the ones who are lost from the 2 PMC groups and on our own, while the scavengers being obvious, although they do usually tend to call them locals, which we'll come back to. They talk about the target, which again is Tagilla likely, who isn't there, but then Vepr says that there is a local guy who tried to negotiate and sell them information on the target, aka Tagilla, who they refer to as an asshole here, but that they didn't go for it and they thought it was a scam. Then he said they tied up that local in Factory and asked what to do with them next, where Cobra says to quote-unquote get rid of him. Then afterwards, pack up and head back to the base, ending it off with a good ol' we'll get him next time. So it seems like Rizzy figured out how to get to the Raiders and likely didn't like their answer. I would say it's likely that Rizzy is dead, but it's not certain whether or not they actually kill him or let him go. Then there's clearly a reference to a Raider base, and they clearly really don't like Tagilla here. So the questions that we are left with here is, where is that Raider base, and is Rizzy still alive? While we also still don't know why they are after Tagilla. In total, we have a situation where the Raiders really don't like and are looking for Tagilla for some reason. Also, to add on to that, they obviously didn't know that Tagilla is Killa's brother, or they don't know where Killa is, because if they wanted him and they knew that he was brother, or they knew where he was, why wouldn't they just go to Interchange interchange and look for him, which a lot of people thought that's what was going to happen next, which it still can. We'll have to wait and see what happens next weekend or whenever there's a new event. Now, continuing with this, we have some guy named Rizzy who knew more than the Raiders did about what was going on. The Raiders have a home base somewhere, and there is someone else involved with all of this, possibly 2 more people, with the person who told Tagilla that the Raiders were after him, and then the person that Rizzy was writing this letter to. There's a dead end here for me, at least, for the reason of why the Raiders are looking for Tagilla. That one stumped me, and it might be no real reason. They just wanted to do an event. Let me know what you guys think. Next, there is reason to believe that the Raiders just let Rizzy go instead of killing him, but I'll admit it's likely he's dead given the phrasing used. The Raider base is possibly somewhere on streets because it's rumored that there is a significant one there. I know some people might think it's labs, but remember, they do not start on the map. You call them in when you try to extract. A home base would look similar to what we see on Lighthouse with the Rogues, not an underground bunker with no easy communication to the outside world and minimal exits. I think the Raiders are much smarter than that. Then for the rest, here is what I'm thinking along with some speculation. It's possible there's some Raiders who have teamed up with the Rogues, seeing as they have a proper base and all of the communications are in English. During all of this, we don't hear any Russian at all or see any Russian, so where are the Russian-speaking Raiders? I also didn't see any Russian Raiders on Factory while we're on that subject, which while that was happening made a lot of people think that these were Rogues to begin with. The only thing that sticks out here, of course, being the names involved in these transcripts are known Raiders. Next, I would say it's possible that Rizzy's note was meant for Mechanic. Mechanic is supposed to be based in the Factory according to the lore. Usually when someone contacts us directly for events, it's one of the traders since we already have a relationship with them. I don't know why we would know this random person or why they would warn us unless we're supposed to know them, which leads me to my final points of speculation on all of this. What if Rizzy is alive and he is the Lighthouse trader, or he is associated with the Lighthouse trader, and that is who he was writing the letter to? I might be acting like a clown here again, but I think all of this is possible since BSG have been saying that they want their in-game events to be more and more based on in-game lore and changes to the game. So since we should be getting this Lighthouse expansion with that new trader in Raid, I think it's possible. Otherwise, why would they make such a big deal out of putting Rizzy in there? It was like half of that second post. So either BSG really likes screwing with us, which is that's definitely could be happening here, or Rizzy is actually somebody that we need to know, or he is associated with somebody that we need to know. There's a lot to take in there. Let me know what you guys think. Just wanted to say I think it's a really good sign that BSG are posting little things like this again and are clearly active with development, which is good. Speaking of that, I have a bunch of info together around what we might see show up in the Lighthouse update apart from the obvious. I was going to post that today, but then this popped up, so expect that tomorrow. Until then though, for the latest Tarkov news, check out these playlists here. If you like this video, then you know the drill. Please subscribe. I really appreciate the people who do. If you are looking for people to play with, check out our Discord. Links in the description if you're interested. Otherwise, I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.